Hello and good morning. Welcome to Iyer's classroom. We will be presenting today's business breakfast. Today is Saturday, 23rd of September 2023. Let's quickly start with economic times. Delta Corp gets intimation alleging tax liability of rupees 11,139 crore GST. India's largest casino chain Delta Corp has been issued an intimation by the Directorate of GST Intelligence Hyderabad alleging tax liability of 11,139 crore along with interest and penalty for the period from July 2017 to March 2022. If the dues remain unpaid, it will be served with a show cause notice, the company said in a stock exchange filing on Friday. Moving ahead, JP Morgan is adding India to its emerging markets bond index. JP Morgan Chase and Company will add the Indian government bonds to its benchmark emerging index, a keenly awaited event that could drive billions of foreign inflows to the nation's debt market. The decision is the latest sign of India's growing appeal to international investors as the country's economic growth outstrips peers, its geopolitical influence grows, and global companies, including Apple International, looking for alternatives to China. The index provider will add Indian securities to the JP Morgan Government Bond Index, emerging markets starting 28 June 2024. The South Asian nation will have a maximum weight of 10% on the index, according to the statement on Thursday. Let's move ahead to Financial Express. Evaluating 28 proposals from startups for chip design, Minister of State, IT. As the government looks to increase the adoption of semiconductor design link scheme by allowing the participation of foreign and large Indian companies, it is currently evaluating at least 28 proposals from startups for chip design, Minister of State for Electronics, IT, Rajiv Chandrasekhar said on Friday. Of the proposals being evaluated, many startups are focusing on designing the next generation of chips which are AI optimized. The government will soon allow foreign and other large companies to participate in the DLI scheme by partnering with startups. Moving ahead, gold shows resilience as the US Fed hawkish surprise sparked market volatility. The US Fed, as anticipated, had kept their rate on hold, which was already discounted by the market, but the hawkish tone assuring participants that the rate will remain elevated not only till March 2024, where everyone was expecting, but well until September 2024, which dented the sentiments and we saw equity market and bullions witnessing sell-off with US dollar and treasury yields sitting higher. The largest shock wave was the Federal Reserve still is looking for one more rate hike this year and now intends to only implement 2 rate cuts next year rather than 4. This means the American public and businesses can expect to see the cost of borrowing remain extremely elevated, above 5% for the entire upcoming year. This was unexpected, and it took a day for it to set in, as was seen in the financial market. As was seen in the financial market. So let's move on to Mint. In Mint, we have a news says rice cane lift acreage of Kharif sowing past 2022 level. Kharif sowing has exceeded the levels of last year, led by a surge in paddy and sugarcane, while pulses, oilseeds, and cotton fell at a time. The erratic southwest monsoon has cast a shadow over this year's sowing and harvest. According to data released by the Agriculture Ministry on Friday, total Kharif planting until 22nd September was up 3.7% from the previous year to touch 110.2 million hectares. Paddy cultivation jumped 10.8% from last year to 41.2 mh, while pulses fell nearly 6% to 12.2 mh, including a 2.4% dip in tur dal and a 0.5% decrease in urad dal and many other pulses respectively. Area under oilseed cultivation also declined as well, down by 3.2% to 19.3 mh. Moving ahead, growth on track despite recent oil spikes, says Finance Ministry. The government is confident of the Indian economy growing 6.5% this fiscal, despite rising oil prices and the risk of a stock market correction affecting investor sentiment, a Finance Ministry report showed. While vegetable prices that drove retail inflation have cooled, crude oil touched a 10-month high earlier this week. On Friday, oil traded at $94.85 per barrel, up 6.1% from a year earlier. The recent run-up in oil prices is an emerging concern, but no alarm yet. The ministry's monthly economic review for August said India is the world's third largest energy buyer, depending on imports for most of its oil and gas requirements, and any increase in oil prices will increase its import bills. Moving ahead to business line, Adani Airports likely to be demerged and listed by financial year 2026. Adani Airport Holdings is most likely to be the first of the currently incubating businesses in Adani Group to be demerged and listed, and this is expected to take place by late 2025 or early 2026. The airport vertical, a wholly owned subsidiary of Adani Enterprises and part of the transport and logistics business, operates 8 airports, and the 9th Navi Mumbai Airport is upcoming. The phase 1 of this airport is expected to be operational by December 2024. Next one, first day of Made in India iPhone 15 launch sends customers, brands into a tizzy. The frenzy for the new Made in India iPhone 15 reached a feverish pitch on the first day of its launch, with brands and enthusiastic customers wanting a piece of the action that happens every time Apple introduces a new phone. While many loyal fans preferred to queue up for hours in Apple stores in Mumbai and Delhi, took delivery player Blinkit offer to deliver the new iPhones in 8 minutes to the doorstep of buyers in Delhi, Mumbai, and Pune and Bengaluru. Not to be left behind, Reliance Jio launched a scheme where subscribers get 6 months of free mobile service while buying iPhone 15 from Reliance retail stores or Jio Mart. Moving to the business standard, robust digital infrastructure helps government save over $27 billion US, says DEA Secretary. The Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth on Friday said that the digital infrastructure has led to a savings of over $27 billion US in government schemes and achieved a greater financial inclusion in a shorter period. The use of direct benefit transfer in the last 1 decade has ensured money reached to the targeted beneficiaries and bogus accounts were weeded out. This has helped in huge savings of taxpayers' money. Sharing India's success story on the financial inclusion front, Seth said India has achieved 80% account opening penetration from 20% within a span of 7 to 8 years with DPI, which would have taken 47 years in the normal course, as per the study by the Bank of International Settlement. The 10th and the last news for the day from the Business Standard: oil prices increases as Russia fuel export ban stokes supply concerns. The oil prices rose on Friday as renewed global supply concerns from Russia's fuel export ban counteracted fears that slowing economies and higher interest rates could crimp demand. So, looking at Russia's Transfed suspended deliveries of diesel to the key Baltic and Black Sea terminals of Primorsk and Novosibirsk on Friday, the state media agency said. So we are looking at an oil price increase in the days to come. That's what the Business Standard is reporting. Going to the market, stock market. Yesterday also the stock market corrected. The broad index Sensex fell by 221.09%. 221.09 points, that is 0.33%, and closed at 66,009.15 points. The Nifty 50 dropped 68.1 points, 0.34%, and closed at 19,674.25 points. From the market side, a fall in pharma stock dragged India's benchmark indices lower for the 4th session on Friday, with PSU Bank keeping a check on the drag. Indices had their worst week in 7 months as investors feared the US Fed hawkish note might hold foreign investors back. PSU Bank zoomed more than 3% in an otherwise tough trading session for most other sectors. Pharma sector shed more than 1%, while metal, finance, and consumer durables also ended in red. China stocks had their best day in 8 weeks, bouncing off 10-month lows on hopes of improving growth. But 7 consecutive weeks of foreign net selling underscored lingering economic and geopolitical concerns towards the country. That's all in today's business breakfast. We had a quick wrap up of 10 important business news from 5 various business papers and also a quick market wrap. Thanks a lot for watching. Wishing you all a wonderful day ahead. See you soon with another edition of Business Breakfast tomorrow. Thanks a lot. All the best.